Hello everyone, my name is Anthony, and in this video I will show you how you can use JPAstreamer in your Spring Boot project. Let's create a new project from Start Spring IO. I will use Java 11 and let's put a couple of dependencies that we are going to use in our implementation. So I will download the project and I will open in my IntelliJ. So let's see what we have in our POM file. We are having only Spring Boot starter data JPA, starter web, H2, Lombok, and starter test. But first, let's see what is JPAstreamer and why we are using it. It is an open source library to express Hibernate JPA queries as JavaScript. And why we are using it? Because JPAstreamer instantly gives Java developers type-safe, expressive, and intuitive means of obtaining data in database applications. Let's take a short overview to documentation for a quick start. We have a couple of steps. The first one is installing JPAstreamer, the second one to build your project to generate fields, the third one is initiate JPAstreamer, and the fourth is streaming a table. You can see that installing JPAstreamer is just adding dependencies in our POM.xml file. Let's get back in our project and create a simple application for create and list users. I will start with creating a user entity that will be named user domain. I will add a couple of properties like ID, first name, I will add last name, and also I will add username. I will add just any ID annotation and generated value to be with strategy out. I will add and Lombok annotation data for getters and setters. Next, I will create a user repository interface that will extend the JPA repository for user domain. Next step is to create a user service with two methods. One will be for creating user and one for getting user. Create user method will save the user using a JPA repository. Get users method will return list of user domains using JPA streams. We'll implement that later. And we will need to create two APIs, one for create user, one for get users for testing the methods. So we are done with our implementation, and now we can focus to implementing the JPAstreamer. First step is installing the JPAstreamer, so we need to copy the dependency and the plugin. Let's check in the Maven repository for the latest version. After we add the dependency and the plugin, we are ready to go with the step 2, that is build our project to generate the fields. The third step is initialize JPAstreamer, but I will not follow this recommendation, so I will make my own implementation of JPAstreamer. For that purpose, I will create application configuration class. So in this configuration class, I will expose as a bin the JPAstreamer and return the JPAstreamer implementation. Instead of the persistence unit name, I will use the entity manager factory. when I'm done with this, I am ready to inject the JPAstreamer in my service. So to be more interesting, the getUsers method will return the first three user domains with first name that starts with A. Before we are writing our stream, if you are a beginner with this feature, there is a page, SQL equivalents, that is provided by JPAstreamer documentation for fetching data, where you can find the equivalents in the SQL with Java streams. So let's start writing our JPA stream. The syntax is JPAstream.stream. We are adding here the class, that means the table we are streaming. And we will add filter that will target the first name field, and we will add the condition that first name should start with A. We will order the element by first name, and we will get the first three elements. I want just to add a property in the application YAML file that will show the SQL that is executed. And we are done. So let's run the application. And execute API calls to create user and get users. Firstly, I will create a couple of users. And let's see if the JPAstreamer works correctly. You can see that the API response is perfect. And you can see the query that is executed to fetch this data. There is a page provided with stream examples that can be pretty interesting, and you can take a look on it. So you can find interesting stuff like paging, pivoting, and a lot of interesting stuff. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching it. I hope you like it. I hope you like the JPA streams, so please subscribe to the channel and write a comment or any other suggestion. Also, all of the links you can find in the video description as the Git repository. Thank you.